Today we talking kicks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Thoughts for the Soul podcast. Like the preacher say, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long today. I just have a few things I want to talk about. Honestly, like I said, it's not a lot, but I want to look at my top 5 kicks that I'm looking forward to the rest of this year. Before we get into that though, I just want to say, look, I've been seeing we can look at the world doom and gloom, and that would be very valid. That would be very justified. But and I've just stuff has started to hit home for me with family and friends, and I touched on that a bit in the last episode. Like, I didn't feel like I was immune to it. Stuff has been touching go with family and friends for a little while, but like the immediate tribe, is just, unemployment, health, just quite a few things. So as we go through all this, I've been seeing some posts, threads, Instagram stories, notes of just like this nationwide, this widespread suffering. I don't want to, I'm not saying like just the deepest suffering, which there are some that are experiencing that right now, but like it's just this widespread suffering. And we can always hit it with the no complaints, I ain't got nothing going on, one day at a time. That's my go-to, just taking it one day at a time. I'm grateful. That's another go-to of mine. Like, I'm grateful. And while all of that is true, it may be true. Like, yo, we going through it. So be kind to yourself. Be graceful with yourself. Show grace to others. Be kind to others. And it's not a reciprocation thing. Now, of course, if it's family, friends, I get that. You want that reciprocation. You should expect that reciprocation, I should say. I hate to say that word, but you should expect it. But when it comes to just strangers or people that we work with or just passing by, just show that grace, show that love, show empathy, because it's a lot going on out here. And I've been saying that all year. I could make a whole episode called "It's a Lot Going On," but yeah, it's been a lot going on. Whatever you going through, just hold on, be strong, just continue to press on, move forward, progress. If you're spiritual, pray, and make sure that you do that for others as well. But off that, let's get to the kicks. My top 5 kicks for the rest of this year that I'm looking forward to. This ain't a ranking of this the top 5 kicks, like end all be all. It got to be this, got to be that. Like, I'm putting like these just what I'm looking forward to this year and what I can talk about, because it's 2 pair of kicks, man, that I'm looking forward to the rest of this year. Just don't know what that's gonna look like, but if they do drop, and I do get even if I don't get my hands on them, I hope I get my hands on them. But if they do drop and I'm able to get my hands on them, this year will probably go down as my favorite sneaker year since I started collecting, since '05. Like, this will probably go down as my favorite sneaker year of all time, truly. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to it. So number 1, we're going to start with the GT Future. That's my number 1 shoe I'm looking forward to for the rest of this year. So me and the GT Future, we just go together. That's a shoe that I have reverence for, not only because of the design, but because of what went into the shoe. So give a little backstory. I'm going to share a little bit more details today. Not too much, but a little bit more. So when I took my trip to Portland at the end of January, the beginning of this year, I saw so much stuff, like samples and mock-ups and ideas and just things of that nature, like that. Some have come into fruition and some have not, may still, may not. But one of the things I was able to see was the GT Future, a mock up of it, and some of the like design language and ideas for it. And instantly, I was beholden to the shoe. Like the shoe instantly went to the top of my board for most anticipated shoe for this year. And it wasn't, it was kind of odd because I kind of strayed away from basketball shoes, especially Nike basketball shoes. Like, one, I don't hoop like that no more. That's one thing. And two, like basketball shoes, hoop shoes, for what I wear, I mean, when I go smoking, it'll work. But when it's casual or when it's whatever, like I'm not wearing, typically I'm not wearing hoop shoes. So it was interesting that a hoop shoe, like a purely hoop shoe, was a shoe that I was really like looking forward to, right? So see that, whatever, cool, don't know when they're gonna drop, whatever. All right, boom, it's whatever. Get to NBA All-Star weekend, courtside, watching the high school teams, the prep teams hoop or whatever. And I'm looking and I see them on feet. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know that's not the shoe that I think it is, right? So then Wit, shout out to Wit, love Wit. She came, she's sitting next to me, we chopping it up, and I'm like, yo, is that the GT Futures? She's like, mm-hmm. And I was like, so I just immediately started snapping. Took my pictures right there with Ye. Not Chi-Town Ye, but H-Town Ye. And if you from H-Town, you know who H-Town Ye is. So we taking pictures. I'm taking pictures or whatever. I'm like, I'm hyped because I'm like, I'm finally seeing them in person. Like, it's a go. It's not scrapped. It's finna come to the light of day, right? And take the pictures, whatever. Posted a few of them. Well, I waited. Posted a few of them a little bit later. After I saw Wale walk on the court, like that was the moment. Wale walking on court with the colorway he had on, which is probably, I said that 3M pair was my favorite color, but I'm thinking that the pair that Wale had on, that might be my favorite color for sure. Now, it's some other colors that are, that have been pitched and proposed and possibly may release. If they drop, those would be my favorite colors. But from what we know publicly, the pairs that Wale had on, that's probably my favorite color right now. So he walk on court, take the pictures, him, Ye, snap him and Ye together, and posted them, went to bed, and that was it. Woke up the next day, phone going crazy. That Saturday in San Fran, phone going crazy, stupid. I'm like, I'm like nervous, like what happened? Like, what's going on? And I think the first publication or the first outlet that posted them was Soul Retriever. I posted the pictures that I took at the event in my story, a picture of Wale. I didn't even post a picture of Wale. I didn't even post a picture of Wale yet. I just posted a picture of the shoes that I took at the event. Frank showed so much love because he reposted that, my story and his story, right? Then, like, Frank liked to talk. He liked to talk shit sometimes, right? So, in a good way, but he liked to talk shit sometimes, as he should, like legend in this game, right? So he took that and he posted it in his story, and he made like a comment, tagged me, and was talking about the shoes or whatever. And so I think that from that, people kind of took it like I was like on the show. I'm like, no, I'm just showing like I love the fact that the shoe's releasing. I love the shoe, and I wanted to post that. Like, that's what I do when I go to events. I'm always looking on feet. I'm always looking to see what people got on feet because I just love shoes like that. I love kicks like that. And so posted them. He reposted it. Then he made another post of pictures that he had of the shoes, like samples, the actual shoe, like because Frank is and was one of the people to design and work on this project, right? And so one of the leading people for the project. And so he posted that, and that's what made my shit blow up that Saturday. And I was just like, this crazy, because I want to remind y'all, this was in February of this year. Probably not even 5 months earlier, 4 months earlier. It was 4 months earlier, I believe. I leaked the Air Max 95 on my Years, the very first pair, right? From Black Footwear Forum of 2024. So it was just crazy how I went through that again. And then like Brendan Dunn at Complex at the time, now like StockX, he hits me up like, hey, yo, do you have any more pictures? So I sent him the pictures that I didn't post with Wale and Ye at the basketball game. Sent him those pictures. Next thing I know, boom, cover of Complex, Instagram post, Hype Beast, High Snob, I think Sneaker Freaker, House of Heat. It was just a crazy day. It was just a crazy day. After that, went to I think it was whatever the Jumpman. It wasn't that was the Jumpman Invitational that we were at. Whatever the Jumpman thing was when they released, I cannot remember the name. When they released the SB4s, the blue SB4s early, the rare Air Force, and they released it was two other shoes I believe they released. But anyways, it was a crazy good amount of shoes like that released early that day. And so then Whip pulls up. She got some other samples. And again, I could talk about them because they're already leaked. And we've seen pairs in a while of them, right? It was a 3M pair. It was the pair that Wale had on. There's another pair that ain't released or leaked yet. And so, yeah, like that experience with the GT Future that weekend, it made it skyrocket to the top of my list. Taking that experience out of it, I just love the design of it. Like Foamposites, the Galaxy Foamposites, the Paranormal Foamposites, the Pearl Foamposites, like those shoes, the Solar Red, the Yeezy Foamposites, the CDG Foamposites, all three of them. Like Foamposites, it wasn't a thing I was crazy about growing up, but as I grew older and I saw how they played with the colors and the materials in a different way, they became a shoe that I came to like. So taking inspiration from like Foamposites, Hyperflights, like that era of basketball shoes at Nike, and it's looking like it's more sleek, but it's still performance, and you can dress it, and you could like. I just love the cut and the look of the shoe, like, and because of how it looks, you could play with the colorways on that shoe so much. It's one of my favorite shoes that has not dropped yet, and I cannot wait. I really can't wait to get my hands on that shoe. So yeah, the GT Future is at the top of my list of shoes that I'm looking for the rest of this year, that I'm looking forward to the rest of this year. Shout out to Frank showing love. Shout out to Whit showing love. And just shout out to everybody who worked on that shoe. I believe with this shoe, Nike basketball can go to places that we've seen already, but in a different way, in an innovative way. A place that we are familiar with when it comes to basketball shoes, but different type of innovation. So I can't wait to see the GT Futures released. I can't wait to get my hands on a pair for sure. Next up on the list, I gotta go the Nike Go Domes. I'm from the South. I'm gonna say Nike Go Dome, but the Nike Go Dome, the ACG boots. A little backstory on that. Not crazy backstory, but just the connection to it. So when I first saw the leak of the pony hair joints, the cow hide print joints, right? I was like, God damn. If you know me, you know that if it's animal print on the shoe, I'm gonna take a look at it. Like if it's animal print on the shoe, I'm gonna take a look at it. If it's animal print on the shoe, I'm going to take a look at it. So seeing pony hair, seeing the cow print on there, I'm like, oh yeah, these is crazy. Like these is crazy. Now, boots, right? I have a love hate or a love indifferent thing when it comes to boots. I'm from Houston. We don't get cold weather like that. You can buy some boots. You might wear them once a year, maybe twice a year. If that, if that truly. So I'm like, man, I haven't had boots. Like we had a wave out here where polo boots just took over the city. Like if you had a if you had a pair of polo boots, dog, you was the shit. So I was like, all right, I ain't been crazy since polo boot era and boots. I can't tell you the last time, outside of a pair of cowboy boots, I can't tell you the last time I bought a pair of boots. I really cannot. And so seeing this, I'm like, they boots, but I'm like, nah, these is crazy. And so these boots look so good. These are probably gonna be the first two pair of boots that I have bought in 5 years. And before that, I didn't have a pair of boots at all. Like, cause again, I wasn't traveling like I am now, and it's not cold enough to wear boots out here. So, boots, the go down boots. Another thing that made me like these, cause I love when like people that I know of have worked on the shoe, right? Like, I wish I could talk more about what Frank has done, what Witt has done, what Terrence has done. Like, I wish I could, maybe one day, but like I love when stuff comes to market, when stuff is put out. I love when it's put out and I know who worked on it or I know of who worked on it. It makes me like it even more. Like I love what Vashti has done with with women's Jordan brand line and what she's done for the marketplace. The Trunners, the Trunner OS, her and Frank are the reasons I have 3 pair on the way. Like easy, right? And so I love when stuff come to market. So that and I know who worked on them, right? Especially if I'm a fan of theirs. So then you look at with the Nike Go Downs, this particular project, Jay Clean worked on these. And I've been following Jay Clean for years, right? Just a fan of his energy, a fan of the work, a fan of just what he's done in this space, in this industry. And going through his stories one day, I think last week or the week before, I'm like, oh shit, he worked on these. And I'm like, dog, I gotta have them, right? And I got the opportunity to meet him this year at the Premium Goods Air Max 1 event. For the Houston release of the 713 Air Max 1. And doper in person that he is online, right? So when I saw him post that, I'm like, yeah, I gotta grab these like easily. Again, my top 2 shoes I'm looking forward to the rest of this year, right? A basketball shoe and boots. I don't know what's going on with me, but that's where we at with it now. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. So, looking forward to grabbing those. That's number 2 on the list. Number 3 on the list, which any other time would be number 1, but they number 3 today. The KD4 Texas Longhorns, right? We ain't even got to spend a lot of time on this. Y'all know why this number 3 on the list. Y'all know why this on the list, period. Texas. You know what I'm talking about? Houston, Texas. One of the biggest Longhorn fans out here, biggest Texas fans out here. If it's Texas and it's that burnt orange, yeah, just gonna bring home. And then the KD4, in my opinion, is the greatest KD silhouette, period, and just one of the best just silhouettes, period, in Nike basketball. Like it's just the KD4 was so money. It was so money, like it and the colorways and the stories behind the colorways and what like KD4, the time of the KD4 was just one of the greatest times, period, for shoes, right? And so to see this shoe retro, I was able to get a pair of the originals when they dropped, size 12. I had to squeeze into a size 12 this whole time. And I was just like, yo. But hey, kept trucking. I actually won them to a game or two when I went to going to Austin watching UT play. But I'm just like, nah, I can't. I had to put them on ice, right? So I plan to double up, get them in that size 13, and I'm just happy they coming back out. Truly. All right, so number 4 on this list of kicks I'm looking forward to the rest of this year. I would have to say that number 4 is the Pearl foam posit. Basically, the He Got Game foam posits, right? That foam posit, the foam posit Pro, if any foam posit would be my favorite, like of all time, it would be the Pearl foam posit Pro. Now, I remember when they got debuted on one of the sneaker segments last year or earlier this year. The color did look a little bit off. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying, off-white enough. It wasn't that pearl color enough. But I don't know how they look in hand. So I'm a reserve judgment until I see them in hand. But that is a shoe that I'm looking forward to. It probably, if the Galaxy might be 1B to that shoe. I believe the Pearl foam posit might be my favorite foam of all time. And I remember when they dropped a few years ago when they retroed, I still was on the fence like with foams, but I knew I loved the shoe. I didn't grab it. But this time, I'm getting them. There's no questions. I'm getting them. I can sit under this and have my buyer's remorse, but I'd rather have them and have buyer's remorse and be like, nah, I'm good. And then that's it. The price shoot up on them. Pearl foam posits, number 4 for sure. And then number 5 would be the Voodoo Jordan 1 Low. I remember the first pair. And when I saw that pair online, I'm like, it's not really my style. So I wasn't tripping about it. I didn't go for them. And even if I would have, that was a very hard shoe to get. They were so limited. Now, I do know with this pair coming out, though, it's gonna be like a general release shoe, right? But that purple, I love purple, and I'm just like, yo, I'm all in. I actually like these for my preferences. Even though the first pair is technically more wearable because of the color, I like this pair better just to the eye. That's just me, and I know that hype will fade because of the number, how many pairs. It's a lot more, way more pairs than that first pair. But for me, this is my favorite pair of the two. Even with them not being the most wearable pair out of the two, this is my favorite pair. Like, they just look very, very good, very well done. And then if I had to go to, I guess I would say, if I just threw in like an extra, I'm looking forward to Manier. So Manier stuff, like, we have seen a lot of Manier, but like, it's that holiday time, right? And so the holiday, whatever it's going to be, like, I'm looking forward to see what the holiday Manier release is. I did preview a pair of 6s that James had on at Black Footwear Forum. Don't know if they Manier. Not too sure. Don't know if they are releasing, but I do know they were clean. The quality was good. I love the color on it and everything. So I'm looking forward to whatever Manier is cooking up for the rest of this year. Like, that would be like my extra. And then another extra would be they called them, at first when they leaked, it was the lenticular Kobe Air Force One. Then it was the, Armory Blue. I don't know. Whatever it is, whatever the shoe is in that grayish, bluish colorway, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, whatever that colorway is called, I'm looking forward to that shoe dropping too. It's been a lot of Kobe Air Force Ones. Some of the colorways, I'm like, I'm cool, but a lot of them have been good, and I have jumped on those, right? So yeah, the rest of this year, this has been a very good year for kicks. That's my personal. Now it doesn't mean I don't have more shoes on the list. I got a lot more shoes on the list that I want to grab this year. The Soulfly threes, they're on the list. The Black Cat fours, they're on my list. But for the rest of this year, those are my top shoes, and I'm really just looking forward to drop this year. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in again. Till next time, peace.